It was 100 years after the sinking of the Titanic, and 5 years after the release of the classic movie. I was 22 years old, and I had never seen the Titanic. Everyone that I came in contact with were shocked and amazed that I had never seen the Titanic. So 2012, with the release of the Titanic in 3D, that was my chance to go see the Titanic. So we go, me and my boyfriend, we go, we buy our tickets, we get our popcorn, our soda, we're eating our popcorn, watching the previews, talking about them, a normal date. Then the movie starts. You know the story. Girl meets guy. Oh no, what's going to happen to him? I am totally engrossed in the movie at this point. And I'm just completely engrossed in the movie. But the ship is sinking deeper and deeper. And then the lights start flickering on the ship. And they're flickering badly. And it's not your ordinary flickering, like the light dimming and dimming. No, they flicker. Black, white, light, dark, light, 100% to 100%. Light, dark, and I realize that I can't control the light intake with my eyes. And I've got to get out of there. So I shove the popcorn into my boyfriend's lap. And my mind feels like this weird sensation. So I'm just taking off out of the theater. As I'm heading down the stairs, it feels like there's a grid rising above my brain, several inches above my brain, and I slip on the stairs, fall down the stairs, and then I stumble down the hallway. I lose my shoe in the process, go back, pick it up, and fly out the rest of the hallway, and finally I collapse outside the theater. And I'm just bawling because I'm frightened, and I'm thinking, I almost had a seizure, I can't do that, I don't want to lose any of my freedoms, like my driver's license, things that I hold so precious. And so I'm just bawling out in the hallway, and I'm getting lightheaded and dizzy, and my boyfriend comes out and comforts me, and I try to stand up, but I'm very lightheaded and everything is blurry, whether that's from the tears or from actual seizure symptoms, I don't know. But I have to sit down. And then I realize that I'm shaking. And again, I don't know if this is from the epilepsy or from just my fear. So finally, after about 30 minutes, my boyfriend calms me down, and I'm able to stand up, and I'm lightheaded at first when I stand up, and I have to be really careful. And I realize the lights are hurting my head. Every exposure to light is making my head just hurt. And I just was exhausted and my head hurt, so I just went home and went to bed. Only darkness was helping. I tell you all this to say, if it's one thing that I wish that I had known, it's what are the symptoms that lead up to a seizure. Like, what does it feel like? What does your body feel like? What happens in your mind? How does it feel in your head when you're about to have a seizure? Because I had never had a seizure before, as long as I could remember. I was 3, I don't remember anything. So perhaps I wouldn't have been as scared had I known what the symptoms were leading up to a seizure. As a child, I had a book called Taking Seizure Disorders to School, a story about epilepsy. It helped me feel that it was okay to have epilepsy and that I could be confident in spite of the disease. Recently, 2 books have caught my eye that I would like to read. One is a children's book called My Mommy Has Epilepsy, and the other was written by a doctor called Treating the Brain, What the Best Doctors Know. That way, I am more filled in on what to expect, just in case something like the Titanic episode happens again. I'm Allison Boutwell, and this is my story.